a successful black man that has the ability to literally turn the narrative on black family. You know? And my grandfather, I watched my uncles and everything. My whole family, they're married. I'm not the girl who didn't see what a man creating a black family is supposed to be. So I'm asking right now, black men, black men to really step up for black women and create families. It's really not cool. Black men are attacking black women. And it's not cool. They're not creating homes. Witnessing city girls. We're witnessing this and that. And it's like the genders are doing this.
Clash.
It is really destroying family. Being a country singer, if you are a singer in country music, you're a man. If you are not married, it is not respected. Family is respected in country music in that space. But in our space, we are singing about side chicks. We are glorifying a lot of women. That's not what happens in Nashville. Can't call a woman a Nashville because they'll never even listen to your music and your professional career will suffer. At what point in the black community...
training. In order to deal with the classics, in order to deal with the string.
Okay. So we got K. Michelle's audio of her on the Cam Newton podcast. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. Let me know what y'all think about that. There's so many onions to peel on this. I will start from here. All right, so she's trying to compare country music to hip hop. And the mentality and the goings and comings of hip hop, country music. Those type of entities is completely different. The value system based on hip hop and country is not even the same for you to compare it. She may have had a point if she was comparing country music to gospel, because gospel has a foundation that believes in family. And in the gospel space, ain't nothing but brothers and sisters, right? When you're in the church, it looks better when you have your family. It looks better when you are that you have your wife and your children and you surround yourself by people that's on your same wave, and having religion be a foundation in your relationship, in your everyday life. Hip hop has religion, some sort of religion, but is not a strict path of religion of what she was trying to say. Hip hop is a culture all in itself that's based on rebellion. So how can you compare a rebellious culture to a conservative culture? It would have been a whole nother thing if you're comparing conservative culture to conservative culture. Gospel and country are both spaces where you have people that look like us, brothers and sisters, who do go home at 6 p.m., who are respected because they have family, and that's what their brand is about. That doesn't make them better. Just because you sticking it out with somebody and you stick it with somebody that y'all really don't get along no more, y'all just keeping it together because y'all just think that that's the best way in the eyes of God for you to move. But those are the cultures you need to be comparing against. So I found it very disingenuous that she would even compare the two, based on a bigger point that she was trying to allude to about us as brothers not protecting women and our women. So because I'm speaking on this, I'm not protecting her. because I have a difference of opinion than K Michelle on based on what she's saying about brothers, that I'm attacking her. Get out of here with that. If you say bull BS, you better stand on it, because it was BS. I come from a family where all the men from my family take care of their children. Every single last one of them. I don't know not one dude, grown man, that don't take care of his children in my family. 95% of the men in my family is married. 95%, that's high. That means you get with one of us, yo, you stuck with one of us, baby. 95%. I'm not a part of that 95. I tell you that right now. And that's by my choice. But that other 95, oh yeah, they get a scrappy dude with their boo. They do. The reason why I'm not married is out of choice, because to me, marriage is something that's between man, woman, and God. And there's ways to take care of the family financially without having the business of marriage. That same business of marriage, they have something called policies. Within those policies, give you the same access, give you the same do right as if you're married. Because marriage is not about what it looks like to other people. Married is literally between man, woman, and God. And if I do all the other things as far as my policies and making sure that my family structure is in place, then that's what it is. Because in this country, and this is where the spin comes in, K Michelle, you're selling hope and you're selling a business where in this country that the business of marriage don't benefit men. And it doesn't benefit brothers. There's not one married man that I know after what I just said is like, yeah, but Ash, but no, because that's based in logic. So at the end of the day, disingenuous again. Disingenuous again. She talk about creating broken homes. Y'all are listening to these fake pseudo proclaimed doctors that don't have nothing to show for it, and you're creating broken homes. A man can't create a broken home unless men is out here essaying women at an alarming rate, just taking the panties, taking it. Can't create broken homes. By him being there is a home, is solidified based on your interaction with your baby father. If your interaction with your baby father is piss poor, then guess what? That's going to be a foundation of a broken home. She's trying to negate accountability. Man versus woman in this day and age, I've heard me say it on this show plenty of times. I love women. I'm from a woman. I have women in my family. Accountability must be had. We need each other to grow. We need each other to move forward. No kids is born without my seed. Without my seed, no kids is born. You're the carrier. You're the mom. I'm the dad. We need each other. That child need us together. Now, there's women who've done it by themselves, and there's men that did it by themselves. Are we going to continue to run that narrative? No. Disingenuous again. So at the end of the day, she's speaking from a place of what she sees in the media. Because if the men in my family take care of their children and is married, she spoke on that the men in her family who are married and take care of their children. So my family and her family is the only men that are brothers that take care of our families and that are married to the women that they're dealing with? Are we going to say that? No. So that's another narrative that she's trying to continue to perpetuate that goes on in the hip hop community, when all you see a lot of these fathers who are from the 90s, from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2001s, they're with their children. They're standing with their kids, giving them opportunity. You got Growing Up Hip Hop. You got other shows like Love and Hip Hop. Even though Love and Hip Hop is a trash show, but it shows lineage. It shows that this parent who was a legend or was doing something in music, they have children and they're in their children's life, both mother and father. That's something to stand up for. So you're creating a narrative or running with a narrative, not necessarily creating a narrative, but you're running with a low-hanging fruit of a narrative that's not true. When we have too many examples in our community of hip-hop that shows different. So where you going to go with that from now? Then she goes on to say that we don't protect our women. Another BS. Because in our community, like that, like we got to be real with this, y'all. In our community, we have to be very aware on how we handle each other, especially dealing with women. Women have to understand there's accountability that has to be owed as always, because men, when we face accountability, we face the ultimate price. So my mom and my mom's friends and the women in that era, they was of the business of protecting their husbands. My dad. Even though my parents was only married for, I believe, 12, 13 years, she still protected him. Because you know what my dad did effortlessly? He protected my mom. It goes both ways. So what that means is, what we see in today's, you have women putting men in harm's way. You didn't see that in my mom's era and the women in that era, because it could get real. When a man decides to protect his family, it gets real. His life is on the line, always. So to say that is disingenuous in itself, especially in the culture of hip hop. So you mean to tell me that people could treat Blue Ivory any way they want to? I think not. You mean to tell me people could treat, I believe her name is Destiny, any way they want to? This is Nas' daughter, oldest daughter. Angela Simmons, Vanessa Simmons, right? So these are the only fathers that protect their children. You could go to the neighborhood, to the average hood, and fathers are there in their daughters and their sons' life, protecting them, protecting their women. That's a narrative on some low-hanging BS that she ran with. And then to top it off, that wasn't said in that audio, she also said that she prefers dealing with white men. So what are we talking about? So you prefer messing with white men because in your experience, it was better for you, but there's no rings on your finger. You're dating. And the reason why you're dating, because nothing you say is wrapped in no type of substance. You're delusional. Any woman that will sit there and just change her body just cause is wrapped in delusion. You sit there, change your nose. You sit there, get a BBL. You sit there and get your breasts done. You sit there, get your butt. K. Michelle's the same person that had to have stuff taken out her butt or she was going to lose her life. Nothing she says could be wrapped in any type of reality. Nothing she says could be wrapped in any type of fundamental substance. You don't even like yourself, so how can somebody else like you? She's been around a whole bunch of top tier level dudes from the hip hop community, the country community, business community. You're wrapped in delusional, miss. So for you to say all this is so disingenuous, and you're not really for the culture by saying that, because you're saying low-hanging fruit tropes that's not reality. I'm done with her. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. She's giving crackhead vibes. Shout out to Bis in the building. B Miss in the building. Shout out to J Mel in the building. Some women deny their child to the father, trying to hurt the man. In the end, and the child hurts. That's an absolute fact. And my take on K. Michelle, this is not me bashing women. This is me calling bullshit to her take. To her take. Because she said, in particular, in her family, so her family of men is the only strong family of men that take care of their families, that protect their family. I just said I came from a family where 95% of the men in my family marry their women, love on their women, spank their butt and everything while they walk past and everything. But it's a trope that you just running with because you're not getting the results that you want. Nothing you say could be wrapped in any type. That's like imagine somebody say, yo, just be real with me. Keep it real with me. Why you just won't keep it real with me? And they go buy new hair. That ain't your real hair. You go buy a new nose. That ain't your nose. You go get your lips done. That ain't your lip. You go get a beat. Like, nothing you say could be wrapped in any type of logic. It's disingenuous. You shouldn't even be talking. But if you're going to be talking about this, keep this in your circle where the rest of the world don't hear what you have to say, because it sounds foolish. Moving on to our next hot topic. The Buss family. The Buss family, the Lakers, the Buss family has sold their majority stake of the LA Lakers for $10 billion to Mark Walter, the largest sale of a pro franchise team in history, y'all. What do y'all think about that in the chat? Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat.